There's so many cool and creative things in our hobby of foam blasters that I absolutely love. And some of them I don't feel like I see enough of. So I want to talk about something in particular that I really want to see utilized more often because I think it's really cool. I don't know if this is going to be a recurring kind of series of videos where I talk about things that maybe I'd like to see more of and maybe why they are or are not more readily utilized. But let's start with this one in particular. And this one is actually talking about barrels. In particular, the barrel system for the jet blasters, like the Omega kit, where you can take your blaster and screw the barrel out and put in a different barrel at will. I love this. Whatever you want to say about Jet as a company, that's, up to you. They've certainly had their issues, not trying to ignore that. I'm just talking about this. Threaded barrels that you can swap out. I love this concept. I always have. I think it's so cool, and I think it's something that I would love to see utilized more often in our hobby. Now, there's a few things about this I want to go into while talking about it. But first up is that there are other companies making threaded barrels, namely Monkey Mods has 2 threaded barrels, I believe, that you can buy. And I've seen some other blasters utilize them, but it's so cool to be able to swap things out. Say you have a jam in your barrel and you don't want to just shove something down there and have it get stuck in the breech or something like that. You could pull the barrel out and just then pop it out that way, or swap the barrel for something else. It's flexible. It creates options, and if you've been watching this channel for more than a year, you probably have heard me say I like options, and that hasn't changed. Think about this. What if, I think this is namely the platform I would love to see it in. Think you've got your Talon Claw that you love, or your Caliburn, and you've got an assembly so that you can quickly tear down that blaster and you can swap a spring out. Say you've opened your blaster up and you swap out to a less powerful or more powerful spring. Is that plunger really stuck on there? Neat. Say you then switch out your spring and you're like, okay, cool. I've got a less powerful or more powerful spring in there now. But this barrel isn't the right barrel to really optimize that. And you can just twist the barrel out, pop it out, and stick a different barrel in. Like, how cool would that be to have that flexibility that you truly only need one blaster for a Springer, essentially. Like, if you had one blaster that you loved and you could just swap it out, that would be super cool. I don't know. I just, maybe it's just me wishfully thinking here. Maybe there's something about this platform that would negate that being an option. I don't know if there's some way to integrate something like that in this. I'm not an engineer. I'm not one of the smarter people in this hobby. I just think certain things would be cool if possible. I don't know if a different iteration would need to be made to do something like that. But as well, on top of that, just having threaded barrels for not only the front or not only the back where it goes into the blaster, but the front for scar barrels, so you can more securely screw on a scar barrel. It's just threading. It's neat. Now, something I assume would be an issue is air seal, and this barrel has some Teflon tape on it before it was threaded into the barrel breech. I don't know what you would call the interface that you would, screw this into next to the breech, but I'm wondering, again, not an engineer, not the smartest person in this hobby by any stretch. We utilize O-rings going into the barrel to properly seal things. What if there was an O-ring underneath the threading here, and as you threaded in and it seated all the way in, that O-ring helped with the seal? Is that possible? Is that realistic? Does that not work for some reason? Is it just more work to produce and that's why we haven't tried it? I don't know. I'm really curious about this, and I feel like the more I think about these things and why or why not they do or don't exist, I have questions and I want to pose those questions to maybe get answers and use this space to learn and share that information with other people. Because I'm sure I'm not the only person that has thought of things and been like, why don't we do that? And, wonder what that answer is or where to find that information. So let's make this the spot where it's okay to ask dumb questions. I'll be the person that asks the dumb questions. I don't mind being called like dumb or uninformed or missing an obvious thing here. That's fine. I will take it if it lets me spread some more information and knowledge that people can utilize in this hobby. So let's maybe this is like Jang's dumb question corner, where I ask stupid questions so you don't have to. I kind of like that, not gonna lie. So that's this week's dumb question. Why don't we use threaded barrels more? And is there a way to get good air seal on them without needing Teflon tape and stuff that, requires maintenance, and instead like an O-ring or some other, interfacing like that would make it viable? Because I really love the concept of just flexibility and options. And I feel like I talked about this in my video about these things, but I don't know, I just wanted to bring it back again and kind of remind people that I like this. Specifically not talking about Jet in particular, but they were the ones to do this, and then Monkey Mods followed up on it with their barrels. I just want to see more of it. And I want to know why we don't, basically. So let me know down in the comments below, like technical, engineering, production reasons why we haven't seen more builds utilize threaded barrels or other similar options like that. So if you like seeing me ask dumb questions that I may or may not should have already known the answer to, go ahead and subscribe. Read the comments. I'm sure someone with more knowledge on springers than I will drop in and share a reason. And if not, we'll get a conversation going, I'm sure, with people sharing their perspective, and I enjoy that. So that said, I think that's enough out of me. I'm gonna go continue to wonder about this until I post this video. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.